no, va bene così.
Ok, yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, so with this research, and I'm a very curious person, I want to know how everything works and why it works. So over the years, I've been stumbling across and researching deeper into the powers behind the curtains, behind the closed doors, the unseen faces, the people that are controlling the finances in the world. And that has led me to discover how everything in life is based on economics, on money.
Ok, poi al commercio e al denaro.
And thank you very much. And as I study deeper and deeper into this, I realized the wide web that woven and the illusion that they are keeping in front of our eyes through the mass media, through the televisions, through the newspapers, through ways we are taught to do things in life. Applied the moment your child is born, you register it for a birth certificate. All those things that we accept as so-called normal are actually all control issues within this whole web that they've been weaving.
Ok,
and these studies just made me more and more curious about where do these controls end and what we can do as individuals and groups of people to actually start cutting the choking rope around our throats. And that study has led me to what a lot of people have also done and are still doing, is the whole strawman concept and the free man concept. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about there.
Free man is the concept that Rino stava parlando della sovranità individuale, che è un tema che trattiamo molto spesso. Ok, Anton, I can translate for you.
Okay?
Ti parlo di questa esperienza. Anton, okay, go ahead.
I am no means an expert on those matters, but those are things I have researched. And my one personal problem with it, now before I carry on, I want to explain here that because I understood the debt system and that is part of the slavery, I refused to buy anything on account for the last 15 years.
Wow.
Because I knew that if I buy something on account, I am enslaving myself. I do drive a 22-year-old car, but she's beautiful. But I have no debt. I don't have accounts.
I understand it very well. So I
Just one more concept here. Why I'm mentioning that is my whole research into the free man thing was not to get out of my debt. It was to understand how to get out of this whole slavery concept, which I take as much further than just, I don't want to pay my money to the bank. Does that make sense?
Ok. Beh, quindi Anton si dice di sovranità al sistema. Ok, Anton. And then?
Okay, so the whole free man concept to me was still limited, although successfully used in many cases. But it was to me like fighting a monkey in the jungle. You're in his territory. And to me it was going to court and fighting the system there. It was like going into the jungle where the monkey is completely at home. How are you trying to fight the monkey there? So that wasn't quite the answer for me. And that motivated me to search further for more than just the free man principle.
Ok, quindi un principio. Ok, Anton, we thank you to go forward.
Okay, there was a long time after the monkey there.
Sorry, Anton.
It just seems like a very long fight you had with a monkey there.
Yeah, of course. It's gonna be the entire life. This is the problem.
That's beautiful. Okay, so my big shock came when, in the beginning of last year, I discovered that not only the South African government, but many other governments in the West were not actually what we, or how we think of governments. They are not the people there that we elect to do things the way we want them to do. So I discovered that all the governments, or many of the governments in the Western world, were actually private corporations. And a private corporation doesn't care for me as somebody living in this land. All it cares for is to make a profit.
Of course. I translate for you. May I give it to okay, I'm sorry.
So that made me realize or see that the web that I kept discovering more and more of is even much wider and broader than I could imagine before that. It means that every government department, from the police to the hospitals to everything, are private corporations and not even registered in South Africa. They were registered at the Securities Exchange Commission in Washington. So I realized that none of these things are here for what we think they are here. In other words, to serve the people. And that was a big realization.
Ok, quindi okay, Anton.
So that made me even more determined to find a way to not only try and disempower that system which is not for us, but also to find solutions that will serve us, the people, that will uplift the communities, that will do as the people want to do, but all with a basic human life and human character, the basic characteristic of don't do harm to others. And I only got to hear of OPPT in January this year, and it absolutely blew my mind.
Yes.
And I'll explain why. You can translate this part and then I'll start.
I translate this stuff. We know something about the emotion you're gonna share to us, with us. Because, also for us, to meet one people public trust has been something really strong, you know. So we wish for you to share with us this emotion and the moment from January on.
Well, as you say, it is a very strong emotion. I am a scientist and a researcher, and I'm an analyst. I look at something in depth. And I discovered this new OPPT thing with all their filings at the UCC. I'd heard of the UCC before, but I didn't exactly know what it was about. The way that I understood the OPPT to work was amazing. And I started researching the meaning and the power of the UCC. You want to take it there?
Yes, ok. Confermato ovviamente. Ok, Anton.
So, and then I discovered there have been people like, for instance, Jordan Maxwell, who've been preaching about the power of the UCC for years. And what struck me about the OPPT is how they've actually gone in and with their filings, they have negated and they've stopped all of these corporations, from the biggest banks right down to every single government, every corporation, and they foreclose upon them. It took me
ha potuto per il proprio strumento.
And as you said just now, it's a shock to the system. It took me a week to get over the shock and realize what the day-to-day implications are. Which is that we are now free, legally, unbound, unslaved, to start creating our new earth, our dream right here, right now.
Beh, quindi stiamo sognando.
Now I do realize that it's not an immediate change. It is something that it's a process of transformation that needs to be taken step by step, otherwise there's going to be absolute chaos in this world. And
Quindi è secondo un grandissimo caos.
So that is where we are standing right now, at the very beginning of the new history we are creating on this planet. And that, my friend, if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will.
Alfred, mi puoi aiutare?
No, non ho sentito l'ultimo testo perché non c'era audio.
Ho capito, anche a me è successo lo stesso. Sorry, Anton, there was a problem in audio. Can you repeat your last period, please?
No problem. So we are standing now at the doorway of the new history of planet Earth. And if that doesn't excite you, wow, I think you've been dumbed down by all the fluoride in the water. It's most exciting times these.
Sì, Anton si sente liberamente.
So, Eugenia, we are the makers of the new history. I am very, very excited. What do you do when you're excited about something? Do you keep quiet about it, or do you talk to everybody you know about it?
Ok, Anton. Beh, quindi noi siamo il maggior numero di persone possibile. Ok?
So, that is why Daniela actually invited me to be here today, is to share with my family over in Italy, you guys, how do we bring the message out? Because if the people don't know about it, they're going to carry on in their old ways. And that is what we're here to discuss tonight, I believe, and that is to, how do we share this information with the general public out there?
Okay, thanks. So, go ahead.
And quick, our information distribution is, our Facebook group for OPPT South Africa was started, today is Wednesday, yesterday was Tuesday, 2 weeks ago. So our Facebook group is 2 weeks old, 2 weeks and 1 day. And we already have 1,779 members.
Great, actually.
That is excellent, but how did that happen?
Quindi un'altra dimostrazione. Okay.
Now, I see what we did right in the group in South Africa is we basically gave the people an outline of where to start researching.
Go right on.
So there's a document on our Facebook group where people can download it, and there's 4 or 5 steps where people can start learning about what OPPT is. So it's not just listening or reading the comments and not understanding what it's about. There's a foundational, here's the basic information. This is what it's about. From there, the people can then explore their own unique routes where they want to go. There's a lot. Now they can go to a website and know what the links are about and understand what they actually are researching further.
Okay, quindi
the second thing that I think contributed greatly to it is when people got to know about it. Now, everybody's got lots of friends on Facebook, but we all have fear of doing something wrong. We don't want to be the fool and the one that everybody laughs at. So once the people saw what it was about and saw, wow, this looks good, I want to invite my friends. And that is how it spread so fast, in my opinion. Okay, so that is basically the reason why I think our group grew so fast. Because there's a lot of people, I believe this is worldwide, are fed up with the system, and there was basic information for them available that the people could see what it's about, like it enough, and then send it and invite their friends and send it on to their friends.
Okay, well, okay, so Anton, it was very clear your strategy, and we believe that it's a very, very good strategy. Education, not only information, but push to start and research in yourself for the truth. Okay.
Absolutely, and give the people pointers where to go and suggestions. And then the members on the group start suggesting to each other as well what they have researched. And that is how information spreads to so many more people.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. We are two in a step-by-step organization of these. We started with radio channels. We started with different Facebook groups and pages, and we also have chat rooms where people day by day, hour by hour, are starting to sharing information and advices, because we are starting nowadays our way on with courtesy notice throughout the area. And so on down. Now, which is the point in South Africa about courtesy notice?
Right. Now, there's a lot of people sending it up. I would like to focus a little bit more on how to get the word out, because that to me is basically us people that are in here early on, is to spread the word and to show people what it is about. It is not to convince anybody and say you must come on board, you must do this. It is, as far as I'm concerned, and this is my personal opinion, as far as I'm concerned, to me the most important aspect at this stage is to spread the information about OPPT and what it is about to the people out there. The people that don't know it yet.
Something like preparing the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I stumbled on it and I got to know the information, and I'd like to spread that same information so that other people can start making informed choices, that they can learn there is another path, not just the ones that we've been bullied into believing.
Ok, allora nella prima, assolutamente Alfred. Alfred was telling you, Anton, that here in Italy we are step beyond, one step beyond, because of our problems with language, with English. So each people who comes in touch, get in touch with one people public trust information, finds in front of him a wall of English documents, and so the work we are doing now is just not telling people what to do, But regarding the Contributionism, we are just telling, okay, let's study together, let's go deeper. And we started 3 days ago a teamwork intended to give the full translations of UCC filings, all the full documentation about OPPT-SA because we are aware that knowledge about the fact that when you get your own responsibility, also for a simple action, as for example to write courses in office, you need a deep background to stand with your courses in office in honor and with awareness, with consciousness, the right consciousness.
I love what you're saying. I love what you're saying, Eugenio. And I have absolute respect for the hurdle that you have about having translating everything. And the words that you use just ring so I resonate with it. You are strong on teamwork. Great. That is what we are. That is why I call you my Italian family in the OPPT scenario, because we are all related. And the teamwork and the work you are doing, I can only give you my fullest support. I wish I could speak Italian, then I will help you with that.
Oh, really? It would be great, really.
But what I can do, which I think you will understand, is give you applause for your teamwork.
We want to disclose everything, Anton, because only consciousness makes you feel strong and standing with your authority in front of the system, with your action peacefully, lovingly, as we learn in the OPPT document, because in my opinion it's also a very deep occasion to comprehension, and it's a deep teaching, the reading of UCC documents, because the language of the trustees is a very, very high vibrational language. We agree on it. Ho chiesto a Anton quello di coscienza. So what do you think, Anton, about this?
I absolutely agree with you. Yesterday I was in conversation with somebody on one of the chat rooms, and we were discussing multidimensionality. And the person was asking about what are the dimensions, how are they defined, and the analogy I used to describe it is, if you take a line and say that's the first dimension, you can use 4 individual lines and make a square. The square would be the second dimension. You can now take more lines and make 6 squares and put them together in a cube. That would be your third dimension. Now, that line, the first individual line, and every individual line on the first dimension cannot see or comprehend or understand the square, because it's a higher dimension. The square, in turn, which is a unit of 4 lines, can see the 4 lines, and it can see itself as the 2-dimensional square. The cube, however, can see itself as a 3-dimensional cube. It can see the square, and it can see the line as all being an integrated part of itself, the cube. So it's difficult to look up to the higher frequencies but one can look from the higher frequencies down to the lower frequencies. Does that story make sense to you?
Yeah, of course, I thought it makes sense, absolutely. But all the time, you mean that multidimensional experience is not a single individual experience. It is possible only together with other beings.
Correct. And you need to be on the higher awareness and consciousness. Okay, now I'm going to pause with the word dimensionality because it's got many limitations to it. So let's call it awareness and consciousness. You need to be on a higher awareness and consciousness to be able to see your own level of awareness and those of lower awareness. And I'm not saying a lower awareness is something bad or to be looked down upon, because the cube will not be a cube if a single line is missing. So full respect that I've mentioned, because we're used to hierarchical higher and lower structures, that is why I mentioned higher and lower. But it doesn't mean there are words any less. So you need to be on a higher level to see yourself and all the lower levels. And I want to carry on to the courtesy notices, but I think you can translate that first, Eugenia.
That's the point, Anton. That's the point, and welcome to the point, in my opinion. Anton dice che... Okay, Anton.
Right. So now let's come back to the courtesy notice and all the other documentation around the OPPT. I am of firm... Sure, you want to carry on?
Well, no, just to say che Anton torna ora sull'argomento della notifica di cortesia e dei documenti UCC. Ok, Anton?
I am of personal belief that all those documents have been written on a very high level of consciousness and awareness. Yeah. Myself, being a humble 3D brainwashed slave that's trying to escape, cannot fully comprehend that. I'm the square. I cannot yet see the cube, but I feel it is there.
Okay,
do you understand what I'm trying to across?
Yes, absolutely.
We share your vision, Anton. We agree. Something of really high.
Okay, so every person will read whatever document is from OPPT they're reading. They will read it and understand from the level where they are at. However, what is true for me personally is that although I've read it on the level that I can understand, there was something deeper inside me, a bigger awareness that was kind of stirring. It is moving. I don't know what it is. I don't have the full insight, but I do know there is something else there. It's like you see a movement in the dark. You don't know what it is. You look at it, and it doesn't move anymore, but you know there's something there.
Okay, so,
okay, and in having explained that, you have got my fullest support and love in your translation of these documents from English to Italian, and I just know that you guys can do it with a full vibration and conscious awareness that you need to bring across. So in acknowledging your one step that you need to do extra, how I believe to bring out the knowledge about the OPPT and what it is about, including the respect and the honor and the choice that we respect is to have a document based on the courtesy notice.
Sorry, document based
on the courtesy notice.
Okay.
And without having to tell somebody to stop doing what they're doing. Be purely an informational document saying, hey, are you aware of the courtesy notice? Are you aware of the UPC filings and what it means? Come on, join us. Come learn with us. We have already started setting up small groups where we can give short presentations on the background. We're looking at printing little flyers, one-page documents with information of our Facebook page, of our website. We've got a South African OPPT website. It's OPPT.co.za. On there, they put a downloadable starter pack. So somebody that's never heard of us before gets there, they download the starter pack, and the basic information is there to help the people understand what it is, and then have the Facebook group there in support to overcome what I've experienced when I got to know about it, is the shock of realizing what this actually means. So, this is where the party mood starts. This is where we start, when you understand what it's about, start having a great party, and basically what we're doing is we're sending invites out to all the other people to say, hey, we're having a party, you are welcome to join us in celebration of our freedom. Not in, you don't have to attend, but please, you're free, come have a party with us.
Yeah, Tom, yeah, that's great. That's great feeling coming out from your words, and Anton, DJ, tutto quello, that's great vision. Very, very simple, so true, and so powerful to each other.
If I invite you to share joy, would you rather do that, or if I invite you to be my slave next to me, where would you rather go?
Yeah, no choice. Je t'invite à la fête. Thank you so much, Anton, for sharing your mood.
Yeah, Anton, sorry, I would like to know if when you have already sent the courtesy notice, how many courtesy notice people send in South Africa, and which kind of feedback did you receive?
Francesca,
yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, I don't personally am regarded as somebody with debt. I've stopped buying on credit many years ago. The feedback that we have been getting in South Africa, so far, the people that have sent out, only a few have gotten responses back. The one lady I've read out, she's actually on our Facebook group, sent it out, and the people used to call her on a daily basis. She eventually got the individual's name. Remember, you're dealing with individuals because the corporations are foreclosed. So she did get eventually a name. She did send the courtesy notice, and since that day she's had no more calls, and last time I checked it was about 10 days, I think. But we are in the beginning process of sending out and awaiting replies, if any. Now, to me, silence is the best reply.
Well, silence is okay, Anton.
Anton, sorry, but the line was going away, Do the system refund or not?
Sorry, repeat that question, Francesca?
The line go away. Do they receive refound feedback or not? Just silence.
Okay, so far no feedback has been received from the cases I am aware of.
Okay. How many stages?
Very much like you people, we're still in the beginning stages. People first want to see what is happening, what this is about. It's only about a week ago that I am aware of that people started sending up the courtesy notices. So we are also waiting to see what the response is. On the other hand, we are also being proactive, and I'm planning what I call an awareness drive. I'm not planning, I'm merely coordinating and doing background collection work, where we've asked on the Facebook page for people to collect contact names and email addresses and fax numbers, which we will then collate and say, let's focus on this group of addresses over the next day or two. Everybody send them this informational invite. Are you aware of the UCC? Are you aware your company is being foreclosed, your corporation is being foreclosed? Just to make an awareness drive. In other words, and I'm going to finish with this thing you can translate, to change it from a defensive mechanism. Stop bothering me, so I'm not defending, but to change it into a respectful sharing action. Does that make sense?
Yes. Sorry, Anton, just to clarify, this operation is in addition to the courtesy notice. I mean, it's not the courtesy notice is to notify the situations.
Okay, look, I mean, the courtesy notices are designed, if somebody wants money from you, from an alleged debt that you have, it is to tell them to cease and desist, to stop doing what they're doing.
Okay.
I am planning an awareness drive.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So, I understood, Anton. Well, so Francesca, Anton is asking you about CVAC, your opinion about CVAC, and your info at the moment on this subject.
Okay. I just want to complete answering Francesca's first question about the courtesy notice and sending out and getting response.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
I can completely understand the question, and that is a question in most people's minds. I want to believe this. Prove to me it worked. Have you had feedback? What has happened? I understand that completely. And I tell you, if I did have debt, I promise you I would have sent out this courtesy notices. In actual fact, I'm seeing a family member probably this weekend to introduce them to the concept because the family member has got a bond, they've got a small farm, and they are running into financial difficulties. And as honourable as they are in trying their best to repay it, they are really battling at the moment, and I'm going to introduce them to the concept and offer them the choice of taking up. That is how much I believe in the whole workings and the legalities behind this and the effectiveness behind this. I'm prepared to put my love on the line for a family member to say, do this. We all are looking for proof. That is the fear-based scenario we're coming from. So, Francesca, I respect your question. At this moment, I cannot give you factual replies of this and this is where we've had success. We are all on that old paradigm side of us, waiting for that proof to come through. And my loving empathy for everybody out there who is in that situation, I'm completely with you. Remember, I'm a human being on the streets just like you people are.
Yeah, of course we are. we are looking all for the same answer, you know. Thank you, Anton, really. We also have one case, you know, of a human being that has sent the Contributionism, you know, and we appreciate the courage, you know, of this person, you know, and we are here waiting, you know, for the feedback, you know, in one way or another, you know. We believe that it's not true that the Contributionism work, you know.
I'm completely with you, and let me express my wish that you never hear any response.
Yeah, probably, you know.
That's the best answer, best response.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
something like 1 or 2 months with a totally silence. So we are in the way.
Yeah. This is
The whole thing why I'm saying the awareness drive to get out the knowledge to ideally every person in every corporation. I walk down the street and I wonder, how am I going to grab these people by the arm and say, listen, I've got some very important, life-changing information to share with you. And so the awareness drive, I see as an ongoing thing, and it's going to get to one person who's going to talk to their 3 colleagues, and those 3 colleagues are going to talk to their family members at home. Those people are going to talk to, in 2 days' time, it's 10,000 people that are aware, without having to defend or feeling attacked, that the paradigm, the old paradigm of hierarchy and fear and lies and slavery, that they don't feel that they are being attacked in that. In other words, they are forewarned, and they have time to make up their mind and say, wow, I like this idea, or no, I don't like this idea, I'm going to stay in my paradigm. Does that explain my concept behind the awareness drive?
Yes.
Puoi trovare che
No, perché tossisco in continuazione qui.
The moment you put somebody in a position where they feel they're being attacked, they will defend. That is the way we've been taught. So I'm trying to preempt that and say, people, here's the information. If then 2 weeks later they get a courtesy notice, they will say, hang on, where did I read this before? And it won't be such a direct shock to their systems. That is part of what I'm trying to create in the awareness drive.
Ok, Anton. Quindi,
parecchio curiosi anche di avere informazioni.
If you agree, we drive our conversation on CVAC subjects. Also, from the point of view of the last error declarations about this morning in radio in USA, I don't know if you are aware about it.
Okay, radio news, and I'm not aware of that one. I just know of Blog Talk Radio, Leslie Heather spoke. I have downloaded that one, but I haven't had time yet today to listen to that one. So the latest one, the last one I listened to was the one where Caleb made a couple of statements which rocked some people's boats.
Just to share our point of view and also points of information. Heather, in the last talk show last night, told everybody that, in her opinion, CVAC subject is already in the past. Why? Because she told that CVAC instrument was just an old paradigm instrument to opposite the system and getting back resources to the people.
I agree fully with that understanding.
Yeah, and we also are very happy of this news because CVAC, if I have to be frank with you, was starting, speaking again about contracts and about rules and about, the towns were not so clean for our perception. Now, ever told that CVAC was just an old instrument to face the system in his way, in his habit, to get back resources for the people, and at the point of now, CVAC is already in the past. They are working on a planetary platform of regarding the subject of distributing resources to every single individual on the planet.
And I think we know this kind of game. What do you think?
Are you speaking with me?
Yeah.
Or with Axel?
No, I'm speaking with you, of course, with you.
We have the system. Yes, that's true. We have the system, but I think we are going to have big surprises. Io credo che stiamo per avere grandi sorprese da One People Public Trust. Sto vivendo un attimo di sospensione. I'm living just in a suspended moment, Anton.
Because isn't beautiful, Eugenio? Isn't that just beautiful? Because to change from one form to another, there will be a period of suspension, as you call it.
Yeah. And in this suspension moment, suspended moment, I feel that the gap between me and truth is getting smaller and smaller, minute by minute. It makes sense.
The gap between you and the truth, is that what you said?
Yeah, the truth. The truth
is getting smaller.
Smaller and smaller, minute by minute. Un momento di sospensione in cui io ho veramente la sensazione che qualcosa sta per sorprenderci in modo forte.
Positivo anche.
Positivo.
Mi raccomando.
I feel that we are gonna have a surprise, positive surprise, in next time. And in this suspension, the truth is coming out as individual awareness. Is one people forming now all around the planet, Anton. I was speaking about this as a true perception of our true reality.
And that is exactly where I want to go, is the oneness. And I don't know where you want to go, Eugenia. I think we want to go to the same place.
Sorry?
I think
oneness.
The oneness. I want to be the cube that is aware of the squares, that's aware of the little line.
Yeah, sure. I mean, meet you soon, Anton. Lo che voglio dire è che ci vediamo presto, Anton. Ci vediamo presto per l'uno.
I will have that blue disc with the red stripes on that will hover above your house.
Oh, sorry, Anton. I really lose some words. Can you repeat, please?
I will be in the blue disc with the red stripes on that hovers above your house.
Lui sarà nel disco blu Strisce, Alfredo, aiutami.
Non ho capito cos'è questo disco blu.
It's difficult for us to give a sense at your image of the blue disc with the red strips.
It's like a saucer-shaped kind of thing that I like the blue and red coloring, and it won't make any noises, and will move from here to there in about 10 seconds. It won't use any fuel.
These are starships.
Well, dice che il suo sogno è avere una chip, ok? Un che lo porta alla velocità del pensiero ovunque voglia andare. So you can visit your friends every day.
For
I just want to come back to the one aspect that you touched on. My personal opinion about the CVACs and the CVAC systems. A lot of people just see it as a term, but look at the words and what they actually mean. Creators, value, asset, center. I am the center of my universe because that is where my awareness is currently situated. I am an experience of the Creator. So I am the center of awareness of my Creator. I have inherent and intrinsic value, and I am an asset. That is my understanding of the term.
Oh yes, so I go to share with everybody your experience. Quello che... Okay, Anton.
Alright, now, I know a lot of people use the term CVAC when they actually mean CVAC system as in the third definition. The CVAC is me as the individual, the eternal part. It's me and my Creator and the value I am. And the asset I be and choose to my community. The CVAC system, just to give you the other side, the CVAC system was originally created as a mirror image of a government or an organization.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the CVAC system, as far as my personal perception and understanding of the definition terminology is a lot of us eternal hearts, people wanting to contribute to our community and offer what we have, some of our values, some of our assets to our community. The system refers to a group of us working together for a common goal, whether it be in healthcare, whether it be in education, whether it be in roads maintenance and town maintenance. The system refers to a group of us, of the CVACs, working together with a common goal, bringing something about for our community.
Okay, quindi
Okay, so in actual fact, the CVAC system is what we had hoped our governments would be, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what we were studying in the last 15 days, and very hardly, and so high. But anyway, okay, we can pass over easily.
Okay, I want you yourself down, guys. You've got a lot of lessons that you have in the past learned the world, and you are going to teach us. And everybody is watching the smoke from Italy at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you know, we had white smoke, but my TV is turned off. But I know that they have smoke.
What they white smoke? Well, good for a newly elected person on an alleged corporation that is now being foreclosed. Is that a job you want? You're the new leader of a corporation that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, so what we know is that the new Pope is the only Jesuit in the conclave. I don't know the name, but okay. Anyway, they have
back to the 3 days. Now,
yes.
From the time I started following the interviews and reading what I could on all the various blogs, the one thing that struck me every time is all the people were interested in saying, okay, where's my 5 billion? Where's my gold? Where's my silver? Where's my dollars?
Yeah.
That, in my mind, is very, very much old paradigm.
And very much old paradigm.
Old paradigm. As long as we live in a world where it is ruled by money, we are slaves. Now look, I want you to understand very clearly and translate as well. I am an individual human being who likes OPPT and what they stand for and what the trustees have done, and I've got great respect. But I do not speak for or on behalf of anyone. I'm sharing with you my personal opinions and feelings.
Okay, you okay with that? See. So the question, Anton, is not where are my trillions, but where are the tools to make me be useful for my community?
Absolutely. I think the shift that has actually happened, and the OPPT is just one manifestation of that. The shift that has happened is the shift from me and insecurity, and therefore I want to collect more and hoard everything. That was old paradigm. And the shift is happening, and has happened, and is busy manifesting towards community-based. What can I contribute to my community? And I really think that is the energetic shift that happens in our solar system.
Well, Anton, in the new Bible, the Christ history, there is the miracle of multiplication of bread and fishes.
Yes.
You know it? So we have it here in Italy, in Bible and history and so on, and his own interpretation of this, the story of this miracle was, the miracle is when a crowd of 5,000 people divided in 50 people groups, just sharing what they have. The miracle is the discover that what they have altogether is much more in front of what they need.
Exactly.
Very well. The interpretation of the miracle is not a mathematical multiplication of the number of fish and the number of breads, but is the different consciousness about the use of the fish and the bread that we already have.
Yes, it's the different use and the consciousness, the approach towards that. That's well put there.
So it makes sense, in your opinion, from the OPPT point of view.
Okay, I'm saying the OPPT is, from my perspective, a manifestation of this new way of being, if you want to call it the age of Aquarius, or the shift that's happened, or the awareness that's expanding, whatever label makes you happy to put on there, it's a shift from the me to what can I get, or from what can I get to the me, what can I contribute?
Yeah. Quindi, thank you so much, Anton, because this is a deep, very simple, for this, very deep message from you, and many thanks for the direction your words gives to us and all people listening to us and sharing this information. Because the truth is very, very, very near and very simple. And you explain it very, very well. What is the shift meaning in every single being, in every single doing? It was great.
Thank you very much, Eugenia, and may I support my theories with my actions in saying it is a pleasure to share with you and all your listeners.
Thank you so much.
On expanding on that, there have been a lot of philosophers and theorists and people that really have done a lot of work to think about how we can do this. How can we contribute? How can we have a society where we are not slaves? We each contribute a little bit and everybody has more than enough. You may be aware of the Veganist Project. That is one example of, I forget his first name, Fresco. The Venus Project with its beautiful graphics and where society, an idea of where society can move to. In South Africa, we've got also another great thinker, in my opinion, Michael Tellinger. Now, he has phrased the term contributionism. Now, to contribute is to bring something to the collective, to the community. Okay, if you want to translate that to now?
Yeah. So after in a little sentence, when you can say to someone which is concentrated in his egoism, that also for him there's no better place to live than the one where everybody get out from their home with the intent of giving.
Certainly, and that is the only way we are actually going to be happy in ourselves. We've been taught fear, lack, and we've reacted to those teachings, and therefore we want to hoard. We are afraid of lack, of shortage, so we are afraid to share what we have. But inherently in each one of us, when you give someone a gift that they appreciate or you know that they need, how does it make you feel?
Yeah.
You are happy. So giving makes us happy. That is where the meaning of existence lies. It doesn't make you feel better inside your heart how big your house is, how many cars you've got. What does make you feel better is how you could change somebody else's life by giving them something. If you really sit and think about it, that is what really makes us acknowledge our own value, our inherent value.
Great, great. I thought you could get
Right now, Albert, thank you very much. It's Jacques first for you. Perfectly right. Thanks for that message. Eugenia, if your readers that can understand English are interested, I've posted on our Skype chat the link to Michael Tillinger's contribution site called the UBUNTUparty.org. Now, the link I've given here, there are 6 documents where it explains more about contributionism.
okay.
I am also sending you a YouTube link of the presentation Michael did in November in Durban in South Africa, explaining his whole contributionism concept. Now he's the first guy to stand up and say, it's a new concept, it's not faultless. Yeah, but I believe if we can spread this, and I don't think your team has got enough translation work to do, so maybe this is something to work on, hey, Virginia?
Okay, so we are here for cooperation, of course. Anyway, any case, every time. And when we can, why not? And also, Francesca, I think we have to share our point of view in organization, in social organization, with Anton, because I felt a great feeling in this transmission.
Yeah, me too.
Io ho
I agree.
un grandissimo feeling
I agree
con
with you.
Anton in questa trasmissione. So Anton, I think we also have a vision to share with you. It's a document that Francesca wrote 1 year ago after more than 30 years researching for equal organization in life together, in living in society and in groups. And I'm sure that sharing solutions make us grow up all together. Sharing creativity, sharing vision, and with the happiness when you find something that is better in comparison of what you were thinking about. Because in the new paradigm, I think that we start to be happy when we meet someone smarter than us. It's the party. In the whole paradigm, when you find someone better than you something regret inside, because there is the jealousy, there is all these low frequency emotions moving on. The shift is also be happy watching all the fantastic human beings all around you sharing intelligent solutions. And
oh yes, absolutely. And Eugenia, if I can add to that and say, if I'm with somebody who can share information with me, I love it. And again, it's a paradigm shift from the me to the us. Why does anybody feel bad when the guy next to them knows more than they do? It's because they now feel threatened. That's the old paradigm. In the new paradigm, you know more than me. Wow! Wow! Really, yeah.
that's the party again.
Yeah, let's go!
Okay. Yeah, okay. We are really, Anton, we are in full comprehension of each other today. It's a great day, really. I'm very happy to be here with you. Very happy because our thoughts are very in touch, very same frequency, and okay, it's okay.
And the energy and the awareness does not have the limits of the limiting expression of language. We feel the same vibration and the same feelings. And that is the connection.
Yeah. Well, we know very well that words are just the 5% of communication capability of human beings. So we have to take all the rest of 95% of the experience. And that's a big tool. Bobby and Tom, we had a little conversation about the feedback in the Italian last 2 weeks because we were laughing about the message of civic system as a contract, you know, for the old heritage human is a new occasion to make the race, you know, and we felt that the race was already starting to be okay. Civic, it's me. You understand what I mean? Yes. Organization, the president, the public servants, under contracts with the trustees to make the difference. You know what I mean? So to pass over all this is really a big shift in the One People Public Trust agenda, in my opinion. Because all the old paradigms, emotions are enabled to move because there is no power to conquer. There are no positions to cover in the meaning of power. There are just talents to be expressed for the well of everybody.
Yes.
Absolutely. And there is, supporting what you have just explained, one of the foundational theories that Michael Tillinger's Contributionism is built on, he says time has no monetary value. In other words, if I'm a sweeper, I clean the streets, and you are a medical doctor, you and your time per hour is worth exactly the same as my time who sweeps the streets. Now think about that in the old paradigm, the world we've seen so far.
Of course. Maybe more. Maybe you make more money cleaning streets than making medical doctors. Because it's a service for everybody as a service.
Now take the money out of that. Take the money out of that.
And for sure, not for everybody is the expression of their own talent. So cleaning streets is just a service. And the service must be comfortable in economical power because it's useful for everybody, of course.
Exactly. And another thing is, I think I would actually like the street sweeper's job because I will get to know my neighbors, and I can become friends with my neighbors because I'm sweeping the street in front of their houses.
Sei d'accordo, Francesca?
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Ma io, se siete d'accordo,
I didn't understand the conversation, but I like it. Oh yes.
So Anton, Daniela was telling us.
Yes, Daniela, thank you very much for the introduction and the contact you made.
Grazie.
Anche Anton ci ringrazia per lo stesso motivo.
Yeah, Daniela, she is wonderful, really. Everybody wants Daniela.
Thank you, Anton, so much for your sharing and your individual personal vision about OPPT as an opportunity to create our own world without direction from higher level, just getting up our opportunity to express freedom and creativity and love each other.
Absolutely. And Eugenio, I thank all of you for this time that I've had the privilege of sharing energies with you and exchange ideas. And I would like to share with you how I appreciate this. And I see a vision of a Father Christmas, the bearer of gifts, on her Vespa scooter, loaded with gifts. Francesca, you've got to post this picture. It is the most amazing picture that just encompasses everything we've been discussing. You are rushing there on the Vespa scooter to deliver these beautiful gifts to everybody else. It's amazing. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah. And this is the vision, I think. This is the vision. Lots of Vespa, lots of gifts, and go ahead.
And Francesca, I put you in the spot now. When you publish this interview, you've got to put the picture there. Otherwise, the other people that don't have the privilege of seeing you on Skype are not going to understand what this is about.
So, Anton, I hope we will share many moments together in future.
Yeah.
When you want, if you have news, if you have thoughts and comprehension to share with us and each other, you are our
Welcome.
guest here whenever you want, with great pleasure, really, for us and for all our listeners.
Yeah, and on Wednesday at 22 o'clock in the night, we had the One People Public Trust group, you know. So when you want to join us, for us it's a pleasure, okay?
You people honor me and I'm humbled. It's really been my pleasure sharing this time and ideas with you and accepting and loving your thoughts. And I wish you all the best. I think you actually are scared of your success. Because with a group like you guys in there amongst the OPPT in Italy, you can only grow from strength to strength. I can feel it. In love and peace and total respect for you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Anton. Thank you so much.
Love and peace and totally respect.
Thank you so much, Anton.